Hey guys, Suzaku7 here, and welcome back to my gaming channel. I'm extremely excited to actually play this game for the first time on my channel, but this is not the first time I've actually played this game. Now, just to give you guys a heads up on why I bought this, is I'm a big Xenoblade Chronicles fan, and this one here is kind of like a unique one where it's not from the trilogies, it's just called X or Cross or whatever. And this game originally came out on the Wii U. And so finally, I've been waiting for this to be ported to the Switch. And now this is the Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition, which is going to have more content. And I've actually beaten this game on the Wii U many years ago. And I really don't remember a whole lot about it, even though it doesn't say Blind Run in Part 1. But I'm extremely excited to see what they have added to this version. And apparently they redid a couple of the soundtracks of this game because the composer for this game actually did like Attack on Titan and stuff like that. So the music is outstanding in this game. So this is my second Xenoblade Chronicles game on the channel that I'm doing. I already did the first game last year. And so it's only fitting to actually play Definitive Edition. And I've been so excited to actually play this on my channel. And as you see, there's like a giant mech. And yeah, I'm really excited because this is more of an open world Xenoblade Chronicles game in some way. It's very big. So let's jump straight into Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. And I can't wait to really re-experience this again. It's been a long time since I played this. And this is actually the first time I'm streaming on... Oh. Okay, this is a little different. Yeah, I think it's running at 30 frames. But this is the first time that I'm streaming a Switch game, like a full playthrough. It's been a long time. Alright, so let's see what we got here. Yeah, this game's also online. Alright, let's see. Events. I want subtitles on. Visual brightness. I guess I'll have that up a little bit. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of pop-ups here. Offline. I don't want online mode. Sound. Okay, I can't really do anything with that. Alright. I think this is gonna be it. And the music is amazing in this game. Listen to this. Yeah. Hopefully the audio sounds good. Yeah. This is gonna be great. The game looks better already. But the frame rate's definitely going to be a little rough. But let's do it. Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. I've been waiting to play this for so long. You guys are in for one, though. This is a pretty damn good game. I don't know how many people are going to watch this playthrough. I mean, there's going to be a ton of people who are going to try to finally play this. So I want to see what the new content is like in this.
July 2054 AD. The Earth was caught in a great battle between unknown alien forces. Their weapons were terrifying and powerful beyond human reckoning. Our planet was overwhelmed, its surface reduced to ash and rubble in the blink of an eye. The Coalition government knew the war was coming. In response, they prepared the Earth-Life Colonization Project, Project Exodus. Interstellar arcs were launched all across the planet, from every major city on Earth. Bravely, we leapt from our cradle, our home for the last 4.5 billion years. But most of the arcs never even made it out of the atmosphere. Only a small handful managed to escape. Among them was our ship, the White Whale. After leaving Earth behind, we spent 2 years wandering in space, searching. We thought of ourselves as the lucky ones, the pioneers who would settle a new world. But our past caught up with us, literally. The alien blitz was unrelenting. If not for the efforts of a lone hero, we would never have survived. Our ship took heavy damage.
Crazy, huh?
We lost control. With our flight systems down, the White Whale was pulled into the gravitational field of a nearby planet, its hull shattering and breaking to pieces as we plummeted toward the surface. Since then, 2 months have passed.
Alright, so yes, for the first time and only time in Xenoblade Chronicles, you actually create your own avatar. Yeah. Oh, I never noticed about the background change. Okay. Yeah, you can be male or female. So obviously I'm gonna be that. I don't know if I'm gonna really do a whole lot here. Face doesn't really change. Kind of my hair color. The eyes, though, they're green. That's my eye colors. My eyes color. Fury, huh?
Ready and willing. I'll do what I can to help. Rock and roll. Ready? Huh? All right, it's on. Hey. Huh? Hey there. Ready and willing. I'm off balance. Rock and roll. Oh, so you like... We'll work well together, I'm sure. What? Game and set. Huh? Huh? Woohoo! We did it! We'll work well together, I'm sure.
I think I'll pick this one. How about the name? Is there a name I can choose? Hold on. I'm just Avatar. Like, I hmm. I don't know where I can change my name.
Attention, external access confirmed. Disengaging stasis in 10 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Releasing hatch. Please stand clear.
Hey there. Looks like you're all in one piece.
She looks much better than the Wii version. So this is Elma here. She's kind of your
Careful.
guidance.
Just take it nice and slow, okay? Your senses will need time to reactivate.
Can't believe I'm playing this again.
Your pod is the only one around that landed intact. Good thing I found you. My name's Elma. You want to tell me yours? You don't even remember your own name? It must be the stasis hangover. That's not good. Just try and focus, all right?
Okay. Finally, I can name myself.
Good, there we go. What else you remember? It'll come. In the meantime, I'll get you up to speed here as best I can. How are your limbs? Can you move?
Flame, what's up, man? How are you? No, this is not my first time playing. This is my first time playing in almost 10 years. I actually played this on the Wii U originally. It's not.
We'll take it easy while you shake the stasis out of your system. One step at a time, all right? First things first, you'll be needing a weapon. There you go. All right, let's get going.
Oh, the frame rate's definitely be really rough. This is on the Switch, but the new Switch is coming out soon. All right, let me Prologue Awakening. Oh man. Oh my god. All right, so jump. Yep, you can jump very high in this game. Turn the camera around. Sprint. All right, let me. Okay. Members, we got Elma, level 5. So other party members will join you. There's also Intel. Oh, there's gonna be a lot of shit that's gonna be in this game. We can save, which I'll do right now. There it is. Change your weapons.
Most of the white whale's life pods didn't survive the crash, like this one. You're one of the lucky few. Right. You don't even remember the white whale, do you? You know, the L-002? The ship we escaped Earth on? You remember Earth, right? Planet Earth. Your homeworld. Or rather, it used to be anyway. Unfortunately, it was caught in a battle between two alien forces. And destroyed. Ring any bells? Don't feel bad. It's one memory I'd like to forget.
Oh boy.
I know. It's been following me for a while.
This is the battle
now.
music that's playing right now.
I didn't want to alarm you, but we're going to need to defend ourselves.
Yeah,
You up to the task?
let's do it.
Assault hammer! Melee attacks next!
Now it's my turn!
Flame grenade!
You can swap weapons. All right.
You're not half bad. There's plenty of work back in the city for someone who knows how to handle a weapon, you know. Then you're interested. In that case, I might have just the job for you. But anyway, we can talk more details later. For now, let's keep moving.
I'm level 1. She's level 5. Alright, so there's the items. So here's our gear. Yeah, so there's classes in this game, which is there's other things to get. So these are arts right here that you learn. And there's a ton of them, as you see, with your knife and your rifle. There's skills that you also learn. You have to be in another rank in order to do that. Then there's classes. And these are, these take some time to do. Some missions, especially. Soul Voices. Yeah, I think that's like a... Yeah, so there's a lot here.
Can't let this new strength distract me.
Yep, you can also level up by doing that.
Ready?
Let's see what you've got. Shadow Strike!
Assault hammer!
Slide Knife! Move in and do some damage.
Flame grenade!
Rank up.
Ready?
Let's see what you've got.
Flame grenade!
Shadow Strike! Slide
Chrome
Knife!
armor!
Move in and do some damage.
I'll put some power into this one.
Slide Slinger! Shadow Strike!
Victory is ours.
Nice work.
Get every item I can get here. Because we haven't hit the open area yet.
It didn't have to be like this.
Use melee attacks.
Now, contract!
Assault hammer!
Appendage destroyed. Move in and strike.
Flame grenade!
Slide Slinger!
Game on set.
Rank up.
Wear them down from a distance.
Target in sight. Shadow
Chrome
Strike!
armor! Flame grenade!
Appendage destroyed. Move in and strike.
Put some power into this thing. Down you go! Open fire! Game on set.
We got him. Let's move.
All right. All right. Before I do that, so I need. One Elma, hold on. She's got quite a bit. See about doing that later.
The rain's starting to let up, just in time for sunrise. Follow me. I promise you're gonna love this.
Yeah, look at this place. Ooh.
Pretty wild, huh? They're all indigenous, as far as we can tell. We need to learn to play nice with these guys if we're going to try and coexist together.
The music, dude. This is like the best way to really introduce the world here.
We call this planet Mira.
Yep.
You won't find it on any star chart. But it's our new home.
And now the journey begins.
Recognize the habitat unit? That's where we're headed.
United States. Look at that.
Watch yourself. That first step's a doozy. We can jump if you like. You could handle the fall. But the indigents down there are another story. Some big, some mean, all nasty. Given our options, the high road here would be the safer way to go, relatively speaking. That said, whichever way you want to go, I'll follow your lead. You decide.
All right. So you can run into any enemy possible. Yeah. You get to see stuff in the distance. Look at this. Yeah, the map is fucking huge.
I can't let this new strength distract me.
Got this big guy here. Oh, the music. Oh god, the blur. I gotta do something with the blur effect. I don't want motion blurring. Is there no way to turn off motion blur? Damn, there's... Look at this. You got these giant dinosaur enemies. Level 31. Yeah. You run faster in this game than most other Xenoblade Chronicles games. And you jump higher too. Alright, let's go over here.
It didn't have to be like this. They're off guard. Stagger them with a melee attack.
Staggering!
Slide!
Flame grenade!
Scream edge! Appendage destroyed.
Chrome armor!
Move in and strike! Upper hand!
Focus.
Slide! Appendage destroyed.
Nice.
Move in and nice work.
We've been discovered. Use melee attacks!
Now, my turn.
I got a new skill.
Edge!
Oh, that did a lot of damage.
Assault hammer!
Nice. Move in and do some
Grenade.
damage.
Chrome armor!
Now, melee attacks.
Put some power into this. They're pushing me back!
Slide!
I'm not going to
I
make
should
it!
heal up first. Shadow strike.
Game on set.
We got it. Let's move.
Ready?
Let's see what you've got. Shadow strike.
Edge! We're in a good position.
Now,
Move
my
in.
turn.
Assault hammer!
Appendage destroyed. Move in and strike.
Flame grenade! Chrome armor! Edge!
Slide nice. Move in and do some damage.
Put some power into this. All this experience just serves to make me stronger.
Alright. There's auto heal, that's good. Or not auto heal, auto save. Okay, so I got a new skill unlocked. Or arts, I should say. Here's the skills. There's the rank class down there. Ranking. Me too. Nope.
Weapons out from a distance. Target in sight. We're in a good position. Move in. Assault hammer.
My turn.
Flame grenade.
Shadow strike.
Edge. Now if we can just topple them with guns. Game on set.
We got it. Let's move.
We've been discovered. Use melee attacks.
Now it's my turn.
Edge. Assault hammer.
Nice. Move in and do some damage.
Flame grenade.
Ooh, that was a lot of damage.
Chrome armor.
Strength comes from experience. That's true on any planet.
Alright. Halfway almost to level 5 already. Okay.
Looks a lot bigger up close, doesn't it? And this was just the habitat unit. The white whale was one hell of a ship. Until it all came crashing down, at least. That's the west gate. It's closed off now for security reasons. But we've repurposed a freight elevator that will get us inside.
Oh, great.
Grexes. And they're riled. We can't leave them roaming here, not this close to the gate. We're gonna have to take them down. You ready?
We've been discovered.
They're off guard. Stagger them with a melee attack. Shadow strike!
Staggering. Down you go. Open fire.
Target in sight!
We're in a good position. Move in.
Now, it's my
Flame
turn.
grenade. Chrome armor. Edge.
Upper hand. Slide! Appendage destroyed. Move in and strike.
Ah!
Shadow strike.
There you go.
It's a shame we had to settle near so much wildlife. Luckily, some species aren't so hostile, but they aren't necessarily friendly either. I've come to learn that there's a fine line between self-defense and provoking a fight. We need to walk that line. All right, let's head in. Who knows? Maybe seeing the inside will jog your memory.
So I got another one. I'm constantly unlocking stuff, which is good. Go and save. Alright, let's keep going. See if I can,
Thanks.
get a better view. Oh, this music's good.
Well, here we are. Not too shabby, huh? For a giant beached spaceship, anyway. But, like it or not, this place is our home now. We took the name from the city it was modeled after back on Earth. We call it New Los Angeles. Welcome to NLA.
And so it was that another survivor came to join our band of refugees. Together, we resolved to forge a new way
shit.
of life here on Mira.
When these mechs, this is where the game starts to get really good. When these, the mechs are called skells, by the way.
To ourselves. Truth is, we were adrift, heading into the unknown. Our native home was gone, swallowed in a shroud of light. And our future was uncertain. We had no idea what fate lay in store for us. Only that we had to keep living in order to see it.
Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. That was only the beginning that we just went through. Oh, All right, now the game officially starts.
How about a quick tour of the facilities to refresh your memory? Let's start with your living quarters. Follow me.
And the music in this area is really good too.
Brave citizens of New Los Angeles, good day. This is your Director General, Maurice Chausson. Today, I once again come to you with news I am truly delighted to share. Yesterday, we repatriated 10 more White Whale crew members. These fellow pioneers will rejoin our ranks as citizens of NLA, bringing with them skills and know-how that will bolster our ability to survive and indeed flourish here in our new home. This, of course, is only the latest success in our continuing efforts.
Director General? Since when?
For the rescue and recovery of
2 days
all
ago,
our
ma'am.
brothers and sisters. I stand here truly humbled and
From
grateful.
political aide to director general in just a few weeks. At this rate, he'll be emperor by next month.
Irina? Gwyn?
Nice work out there, ma'am.
Right. Introductions. Irina Akulov, Gwyn Evans.
This one of the survivors, Colonel?
The survivor. I only found a single pod intact at Starfall Basin.
Wait, what? What happened to 10 more crew members?
Come on, seriously? Chausson was never one to let the truth get in the way of a good speech. Still, every last survivor counts. You can call me Irina. I'm with the Interceptors.
Me too. Same division. You can call me Mr. Evans. Or just Gwyn.
The three of us were in the Coalition forces together. Specifically, the Special Operations Heavy Armor Training Unit, aka the Skeleton Crew. I was a colonel and Irina a lieutenant. Gwyn was a more recent recruit. Of course, I keep telling them we don't need those old ranks anymore now that we're here.
You're still Colonel to me, ma'am. No reorg will ever change that. And that's not about chain of command either. It's about respect. You've earned it.
And the award for best ass kiss goes to...
Well, I'd remind you both the ma'ams aren't necessary if I thought you'd listen.
All right, ma'am. We should be getting back to work. Until next time, Colonel.
I haven't played this
Right.
game in
We
such
should
a
be going
long
too.
time.
The administrative district isn't far. That's where you'll be calling home. For now, anyway.
There's a lot of things I do remember about the game, especially the giant scales that you get. And I remember getting those scales were a major pain in the ass. Chapter 1, New Los Angeles.
All this experience just serves to make me stronger.
Oh, I haven't heard this theme in a long time. This is a good song here. Okay.
There you are.
And there they are. So this right here is a scale. That's a heavy. There, you can actually transform them, which is really cool. Yeah, and those are the lighter weights. I think they're the mid weights. There's 3 different scales, really. We'll learn more about them.
Hey,
Ah, that's a familiar character. One of the characters I really like in this game.
Damn it!
Look, I know what exhaust smells like, and it was exhaust in the cockpit. Just check the ductwork, would ya?
Oh, I'm checking. I just seriously doubt... Hey, look at that! The intake exhaust bypass is reversed. Oh man, it's a good thing I caught that.
You caught that? You're the one who cleared me to fly!
Everything okay? It's not like you to flub a flight check, Lynn. Good thing you had a rugged pilot like Doug at the controls.
Oh, hey Elma. How'd it go out there? And would this be one of the you-know-whos? Cool. I'm Lynn Lee Koo, mechanic and top all-around fix-it gal for Blade.
Probably wondering about Blade, huh? It's not what you think in Xenoblade
She's
Chronicles
13,
2.
and I know, she looks young, and she is young, but trust me, she's one of our top talents.
Most of the time, that is. Most of the time.
Anyway, you guys heading back to the barracks?
Yeah. Why do you ask?
As long as you're here, why don't I take you on the transport? It's a great way to see the city. I'll give you the grand tour.
That sounds like a great idea.
All right, Doug, I think that'll be all for today. You can clean up here and dock the Skell.
What?
Don't mind the exhaust. I'll take care of it tomorrow.
Don't mind it? Wait, why am I cleaning up your mess in the first place? Lynn! Lynn!
Alright, so we got Lynn in our party. I like her as a character, though. I think she's cool. Alright, so now she's gonna join us. Okay. Alright. Alright.
Not bad, huh? You can see everything from up here.
It beats walking, that's for sure.
The best way to see NLA. I never get tired of this view. It's like a different city every time.
It's certainly come a long way in the last few weeks. There's still so much to be done.
One day at a time.
Speaking of which, we don't really have time for a full pleasure cruise here. Why don't you give us the express tour then? Just the highlights.
Okay, you got it. New LA is divided into 4 districts. We departed from the industrial district, where Doug and I were conducting the flight test. It has food production, skill development, you know, industries and stuff.
It's also where the West Gate is located, remember? Expect to pass through there fairly often. The only other gate out of the city is in the administrative district, but I'm skipping ahead.
Next is the commercial district. Restaurants, galleries, cafes, clothing, groceries, you name it. It's a veritable shopping paradise.
The CD is the closest thing to a downtown we've got. It can actually get pretty crowded sometimes.
Well, by NLA standards anyway. Day or night, the best and only bargains on the planet. To your right, the residential district. Housing, housing, and more housing. Well, plus a nice park and the cathedral.
If you're ever looking for quiet time alone, or want to relax and unwind with a good book, that's the spot.
Right? The park is my favorite place to just zone out and chill. And last but not least, our destination, the administrative district, the nerve center at the heart of NLA. Note the distinct dual-level structure here. The upper level holds our administrative tower, home to Blade HQ and the government. Not to mention Armory Alley as well as the barracks where we live. The lower level there is a hangar complex for Skell maintenance and repairs. And this concludes our tour. We will be landing shortly.
Yeah, I'm not talking much
Thanks,
here.
Lynn. We'll save the rest of orientation for once we're back at the barracks.
Enjoy your stay in the administrative district, and thank you for flying Linley Airlines.
Right. Let's get you over to the barracks. Then I should file my report. They'll be eager to hear the details on how I found you, I'm sure.
Well then, we better not keep them waiting. The barracks are pretty close, actually. They're set up just behind the giant blade tower here. That road there wraps around the left side and leads right to it.
We'll pass through Armory Alley, but let's not get sidetracked, okay? We can check it out later.
Yeah, this place is a lot bigger than I thought it would be. That's for sure. Alright, there's the Skell right there. Let's go over here. I don't think I do this yet. Nope.
Yes.
Here we go. Oh, yeah. God, the music's so good. Here we go. When we finally get a Skell, oh, it's gonna be on. That's when the game really gets fun
Here we are,
exploration-wise.
Blade Barracks. Consider yourself our guest until we finish getting you registered. Feel free to come and go as you please.
I think I can answer that one. So, you must be the latest rescue.
Secretary Nagi!
Miss Koo. Chipper as always, I see.
What can I say? Pep is my middle name.
I ran into Doug Barrett on the way here, and he didn't seem quite so upbeat. Anything about today's flight I should know?
No. Nothing to
Oh,
worry
she's got a
about.
Monado type pin. I didn't even notice that.
Be sure it stays that
I
way.
never noticed that till now.
More importantly, Elma, you found another one.
Hairpin.
Excellent
That's a
work,
nice
Alpha.
touch right there. Fits the
Just
mold
doing
of
my job,
Nautilus
Mr.
off.
Secretary.
Now, as for officially registering our new citizen here,
Why don't we talk inside?
I don't think I even
There's
noticed
a
that the
lot
first
of ground
time
to cover.
I
It
played
could
this.
take some time.
Ah yes, of course. Forgive me. You must be weary from the stasis and your journey back to us. Please, after you.
I'll put on some tea.
Allow me to formally introduce myself. My name is Kentaro Nagi. You may remember me as Captain of the White Whale, but now I serve as Secretary of Defense here for New LA. The provisional government has charged me with keeping the peace, so all military and police matters fall under my jurisdiction.
He's also my superior officer. And he'd be an excellent person to talk to when you're ready to start looking for work.
What about a job right here with Blade? He seems capable.
Let's give it a little more time. At least until he knows enough to be able to make an informed decision. He seems to be suffering from some form of memory loss.
Memory loss? From the stasis?
He could barely remember his name, and nothing at all about what happened to Earth or the White Whale.
I see. Though, come to think of it, the entire lot of us have only been on this planet for what, 2 months? It shouldn't take very long to get caught up.
My thoughts exactly.
Well then, where should we begin?
Let's see. Let's try the first one.
It started at the end, 2 years ago. The end of Earth. The casualty of a battle between two hyper-advanced alien civilizations. Their technology and weapons were beyond our comprehension. We were like infants, naked, powerless. The Earth was reduced to ash and blown away.
I still wonder if I hadn't been there. If maybe all of this could have somehow been avoided.
No one can know that, Elma. What we do know is without you, there'd have been no Project Exodus, and no escape for any of us. Did it go perfectly? No. But we are here, and we are alive. We survived. So yes, Project Exodus. Once we learned the Earth might be threatened, we needed a plan to preserve all her various life forms. That plan was the Earth Life Colonization Project, otherwise known as Project Exodus.
Those of us who escaped on the White Whale spent over 2 years wandering in space. 2 hard years. But we clung to our mission, find a habitable planet, and settle there. We had no idea how long it would take. Or that the decision would eventually be made for us.
The Xenoforms found us again, and, well, it wasn't a happy reunion. Earth wasn't enough. They wanted humanity destroyed. For better and for worse, we were close to planet Mira when we lost control of the White Whale. Inertia and gravity took it from there.
The ship had taken way too much damage to survive entering the atmosphere intact. We had no choice. We channeled all the power we had left to soft land the habitat. Once the dust cleared, we set to work transforming it into its current state. Searching for survivors, establishing Blade, installing the provisional government. Basically, making it a sustainable city.
All right.
Blade is an acronym. Builders of a legacy after the destruction of Earth. Quite fitting, I think. It's a relatively new organization. Up there in space, we had plenty of provisions, and a crew trained to handle the limited amount of situations we might encounter in our travels. But of course, all that changed after we lost most of our ship and came crashing down here on Mira. We needed food, water, search and rescue teams, surveyors, police. The list goes on and on. It was too much for the provisional government to manage on its own, so Blade was born. The idea was to have one central organization with different disciplines to fill these various roles. Its core was pulled from the Coalition military, so it's mostly former soldiers. But fighting isn't our most important duty. Right now, we have a single top priority that supersedes all others. The search for and recovery of the Lifehold.
Take a look at this. The White Whale was designed to carry an exceedingly large number of passengers, all of them held in stasis. All housed in a structure called the Lifehold. This is a complete schematic of that facility. Only essential personnel were conscious and active for the journey from Earth. The flight crew, maintenance engineers. And of course, some military so we could defend ourselves if necessary. But the vast majority were in the Lifehold. Are in the Lifehold. With any luck, they're all still there, in stasis, waiting to be rescued. But there's a problem. We now know the Lifehold broke apart along with the rest of the ship when we came down on Mira. What we don't know is exactly where all the pieces landed. Not very comforting, I know. Blade's top priority now is locating the missing units.
All right, one more.
Ah, yes. All citizens of NLA are required to register their name, age, and occupation. We also ask you report any personal assets and take a short survey regarding your current state of health. All purely as a precaution. I'm sure you understand. As the caretakers of humanity's survival, we all have certain responsibilities.
And hey, it's not all bad. Registering gets you access to all kinds of public services.
In any case, I'm sure this is all a lot to digest. You'll be wanting some time. Ms. Koo, even I'm tired of hearing myself speak. Why don't you take our guest out for some air? Perhaps a tour of the administrative district.
Yes, sir. Come on, we'll keep this briefing brief.
Wow, I haven't heard this song in a really long time.
You know, it's not every day we're authorized to let a civilian tour the administrative district.
Yeah. Nagi must really, really want him to join Blade.
The AD is a bit different from the other districts. It's got everything a Blade would need, all in one place, without any extra fluff.
Get a load of that Skell. Even the way that they walk is so cool. Oh yeah, work it, baby.
You got.
What? You don't remember what a Skell is? That gorgeous exoskeleton that just went by? Basically like the most incredible, awesomest super weapons ever? Lasers, force fields, bipedal and vehicular transformations. Sorry, I get so excited whenever I think about it.
Originally, Skells were developed as a defensive measure to counter potential alien threats. It wasn't enough to save Earth, though. We were outnumbered and outgunned. Still, just look around you. New LA has gone from basically nothing to this in just 2 short months. We could never have come so far so fast without Skell technology. I'd love to get you into one to see for yourself, but it's not that simple.
Well, yeah, duh. For one thing, only Blades are allowed to pilot Skells. And even then, you need a license.
These aren't toys we're talking about. They're complex machines with powerful weapons. And they're a precious resource. We only have so many of them to go around. So yes, as you might imagine, the certification process is a fairly rigorous one.
I'm sure you're thinking, where do I sign up for the test? But it's not that simple. They choose you, not the other way around. You can't just walk in the front door and volunteer.
There is some criteria. The details are largely hidden, but basically, HQ only allows the cream of the crop to take the test. Blades who go above and beyond in their duties, and for the people of New LA in general.
So what do you say? If you become a Blade and work hard, I'm sure it'll only be a matter of time before they tap you on the shoulder.
Speaking of work, that reminds me. Why don't we check out the Mission Control Board first? That's where we take on our assignments.
Good call. Let's head on over.
Yeah, getting a Skell, I remember first time I played it, I remember being a major pain in the ass. So hopefully, maybe in this game, it's going to be a little easier. I don't know. Because there's a lot of shit you got to do to get the license.
This is Mission Control. We don't have a dispatch system yet, so Blades usually choose their own assignments. Everyone comes here and selects from the missions available on the board.
And it's not just official Blade tasks. Anyone with a request is free to post here.
Yeah, there's motion blur.
Businesses, citizens,
Lots of
whoever.
motion blur.
Yeah, it's basically how anything gets done in New LA, so the board is constantly updating. Just about every Blade will stop by here at some point in their shift.
I wish I could turn that off.
It's like our second home. You'll always find a number of Blades around here, blowing off steam or browsing mission control for their next assignment.
Whenever I get freed up, I'll stop here first thing to check for any missions I might be suited for.
Likewise. And if the assignment seems too tough to handle solo, that's what the Scout Console is for. We should show you that next.
Hey, who's giving this tour anyway? We also have the Scout Console, if the assignment seems too tough to handle solo. And Elma just said that, didn't she?
Hey!
Yes?
Oh, here we go.
Ta-da! The Blade Scout Console. When the going gets tough, the tough go to the Scout Console. You know, to get tougher.
If you do end up joining us, you'll quickly realize just how important this little kiosk is. A lot of the mission control assignments are too much for any one Blade to handle. They tend to call for multiple members with specialized knowledge or unique skills. This console lets you search for and recruit other Blades to fill those roles for just such an occasion.
You can't spell Blade without team. Sorta. Anyway, awesome, right? So, you're ready to join up?
Hang on, Lynn. Take it easy, would you?
What? I'm just saying you'd have to be some kind of an idiot not to want to join Blade. Or maybe a crazy person.
Oh, and here I thought you might be pressuring our guest.
Apology accepted. Now, how about a little shopping? And I'm not talking about the stuff over in the commercial district. I'm talking about Armory Alley.
Okay. Yeah, so we gotta do a lot of this stuff, because it's gonna be a while.
Hey. So this street's what we call Armory Alley.
Blades can requisition equipment from any of the vendors here.
I won't lie, most Blade members face danger on a daily basis. Having the latest gear isn't about impressing your friends. It's a matter of survival.
True enough. And that goes not only for your personal armor and weapons, what we call ground gear, but for skell equipment as well.
You can even buy whole skells. Can you imagine owning your own skell? Huh? Oh, right, the tour. I think all that's left is the heart of Blade itself. Blade Tower.
Hey! Am I right? Listen.
So yeah, Blade Tower. When we come here, it's usually to stop by Blade HQ. The higher-ups, like Secretary Nagi and Commander Vandam, will spend most of their day here. The government leaders, too. They're based in the tower. Guys like our new Director General Maurice Chosan, for example.
Blades sometimes report to the leadership here after we finish key assignments. You'll want to remember this place.
And that about does it for our tour. So, what do you think? Pretty amazing setup, right? You can't wait to join Blade, right?
Okay, Lynn, seriously, that's enough. We're not here to make a sales pitch. We just want you to have all the facts so you can make an informed decision to join us, or not. Now that you've seen where and how we work, hopefully it made a good impression, but your decision will be just that, your decision. In any case, let's head back to the barracks. Secretary Nagi will be waiting.
right. I gotta do something with this motion blur. Let's see what I can do in the next part.
Am I right?
Honey, we're home.
Hmm?
Yes, very amusing.
Who wants a fresh cup of tea?
Thank you, Ms. Gu, but I can't stay long. I just wanted to pass along a request from your commanding officer.
Commander Vandam? Does it have anything to do with our new arrival?
Correct. He stopped by while you were out on your tour. He said he'll come back, but that I shouldn't wait to ask you.
Here we go. I bet I can guess.
You probably can. He wants to fast-track our new friend here for blade duty with a training assignment. What in the hell are we waiting for? As he put it.
The commander does have a way with words.
Makes even my pitch sound smooth.
I explained about the memory issues, but he didn't see it as a problem. And to be honest, given our current need for blade recruits, I can't say I entirely disagree.
Hey, it's not me you need to convince. Blade service is voluntary, remember?
Of course, and I would never force or coerce anyone. Well, friend, what do you say? Can we count on you to do your part?
Of course.
I knew you'd make the right choice. Welcome to the organization. Elma, he can start on your team. You'll begin training immediately.
Yes, Mr. Secretary. With pleasure.
All right. Welcome to the Cool Kids Club.
Whoa. What's up with the connection? It's dropping for some reason. What's up with that?
Now then, let's discuss that training assignment. We've decided to start you out on a probe installation.
I don't know
just
what's
to
going
get
on
your
with the
feet
connection.
wet.
Hang on.
I guess we should back up a bit. Here in New LA, we're using...
Hold on. Let me let this catch up here. I don't know what's going on with my connection all of a sudden. I don't know why it's dropping frames right now. Apologize why it's doing this. I don't know why it's doing this right now. It hasn't even done it the whole stream until now. Trying to let the stream catch up. Yeah. Hold on, let's get the stream to catch up here. Okay, it's green. I'm gonna wait for a second here. So obviously there's gonna be like a minute or so of it catching up. Oops, hold on. Okay. Alright, I think things might calm down fine. Okay, so let's see.
a specialized computer system called Frontier Nav to help us deploy a sensor grid across Mira. A network of data probes that allows us to monitor conditions and collect all kinds of information about the planet.
Expanding that grid and filling in the blind spots is one of Blade's highest priorities. Here, take a look at this. What you're seeing on screen is a terrain map that includes New LA and the surrounding landmass. As you can see, we've divided the area into a series of hexagonal blocks. We call these blocks segments. Together, they form our grid. We determined this was the most efficient pattern, given the limited range of our probes. Based on it, we know exactly where we need the probes to go. Now we just have to install them.
The sooner the better, as far as I'm concerned. The Frontier Nav probes can also detect the general locations of living things in the vicinity, which comes in handy if we need to track down a Blade or another citizen.
Yes, quite handy indeed. So for this first exercise, you'll be heading here, to that white segment. Go there, install the data probe, and then come back home.
Got it. East of the city.
In that case, we can take the East Gate out of the administrative district, right? We should be there in no time.
I'll leave the details on the data probe installation procedure to you, Elma.
Of course, Mr. Secretary. All right, you two, shall we?
Yeah!
I'ma head out.
Training or not, let's go install the hell out of that probe!
Let's do it. Chapter 2, The New Frontier. I forgot how many chapters there are here.
Man, am I glad we pulled an assignment to the east of the city this time. It'd be a long walk all the way back over to the West Gate.
Hold on. Are we even sure the East Gate will be open? Last I heard, it was still on lockdown from all the high-level indigent activity.
It was, but they just lowered the threat level earlier today. The gates are officially open for business. One of our teams must have gone out there and kicked some furry indigent butt, huh? Seriously? That was you? Cool.
I don't think so. Those Grexes we took down were fairly routine. Definitely not something they'd lock both gates over, at least.
Then I take my cool back. But wait a sec. You guys fought Grexes? The two of you? Hey, that's still pretty cool. They've been hassling a lot of teams lately, especially how they hunt in packs and all.
Let's not get too excited. Confidence can be good. Overconfidence can be fatal, especially when you're new.
Yeah, you're right.
But enough talk. We've got our mission to deal with. Let's head out.
Roger. That probe isn't gonna install itself. Let's get to the East Gate, shall we?
Yeah. I'll let this drag on a little longer. I mean, I'm just trying to get through the beginning here. Alright, here we go. Alright, finally we can fight again. Let's fight some of these enemies over here.
Wear them down from a distance.
I've got your cover fire.
Infuriate! Assault hammer!
Scream edge!
An edge!
What?
We're in a good position. Move in!
Slide!
Game and set.
We got it. Let's move.
Use melee attacks. We're in a good position. Move in! Hammer! Flame grenade!
Shadow
Chrome armor! Hit edge! Infuriate! They're pushing me back!
Touch me up. Sliding. Later.
This guy's tough.
I don't like where this is.
Heal me. Early bird.
Hit edge!
Move in and
How
keep
do
the
you-
rhythm going.
Follow me.
Yeah. I thought for sure I was gonna beat those guys. Yeah, they're a little tougher to beat. I gotta get used to this game again. Yeah, look at that. Like gravity jump.
What the hell happened here? You don't think that one Sinicula could have killed all these simius?
Unless
Unless... what?
this is bad.
What's bad? I don't follow you.
That Sinicula. It's a tyrant.
Huh? But it looks just like any other Sinicula.
Think about it. Your typical simius is way higher up on the food chain than your typical Sinicula, right? Usually we'd find one simius standing over 3 or 4 Sinicula corpses. But here, the tables have been turned. And I don't see a single trace of any other indigents in the area. There's only one explanation. That Sinicula is a tyrant.
Let me check the Blade Report database. If there's a tyrant this close to the city, someone must have run across it. Bingo. There was a Sinicula tyrant sighted not too long ago, but it was a couple of segments further out.
It could have followed the blade that spotted it back towards New LA, or come here to feed, or who knows what.
That's crazy. I can't believe there's a tyrant right on our doorstep and HQ isn't doing a thing about it.
Well, don't forget why they sent us here in the first place. Frontier Nav's range is still limited.
Oh, right. They couldn't track it if there's no local probe. They must have lost it when it went off the grid. Whoa, whoa, whoa there, rookie. We're talking about a tyrant here. Do you even understand what that means?
We should probably explain. Tyrant is our term for any indigenous life form that falls outside of our usual threat ranking system. In other words, they're too powerful for us to even measure how dangerous they would be to take on.
And too powerful doesn't always just mean physically strong. If a creature has even a single especially nasty trait, it's classified as a tyrant.
Even some of Blade's very best teams have come back with serious injuries after running into a tyrant in the field. If they come back at all.
I'm game if you are. Count me in, Elma. Let's do this. If we're gonna settle here on this planet, we're gonna have to get used to dealing with tyrants now and then. We can't just keep running forever, you know? Besides, I'd never forgive myself if someone else ended up getting hurt because we just left it here.
All right. Let's do it. But don't push it, okay? Either of you. If we can take it down, great, but if not, even just luring it away would be a moral victory. As long as we buy enough time to install the probe, we can use Frontier Nav to track it, or any other tyrant that comes this close to the city from now on. Just make sure you're ready before we attack. This will be tougher than anything else we've faced.
Before I die again. I'm gonna save. Haven't saved in a while. Missions. So here's the map. So this is another area over here. Yep. Let's see what's over here. Oh, it actually shows the name of the areas. It's a little island there. Yeah, this game's very big. It's another little island over there. The game really opens up, though. It's huge. Level 25.
How is this even remotely fair?
Engaging.
Level 5.
Lay down some fire for me.
An edge!
Slide! Sling 'em!
Fire carnival!
I'll make sure to leave a
Keep
dent!
them going. Shadow strike!
Infuriate!
What?
Chrome armor! Flame grenade! An edge! Hey!
Slide nice! Move in and do some damage. Upper hand!
An edge! Infuriate!
Shadow strike!
Chrome armor!
Early bird!
Thank
I owe
you.
you one.
An edge! We're in a good position. Move in! Flame grenade!
Fire carnival!
Infuriate!
Touch me up!
An edge! This is wearing me down.
I should
I
heal
need
up first.
healing.
Shadow
The music's so good.
Hey!
Move in and do some
Chrome
damage.
armor! Put some power into this. Infuriate!
Bring it down! Weaken him and lay in!
Flame grenade!
Leave this to me!
This is wearing me down.
Flame cloak!
I need healing. An edge!
I should heal up first.
Got him.
serves to make me strong.
Oof.
We are awesome!
Nice work, Lynn. You fought well. You did too. Now let's get down to business and install that data probe. If we stay here for long, there's no telling what other playmates might show up. This beam of light indicates a frontier nav site. It marks the ideal spot to bury the probe.
Okay, the probe should be ready for insertion. I'll just boot it up.
Thanks, Lynn. The top half of the cylinder contains the probe itself. The bottom half is a laser. It dissolves the soil so the probe can burrow to the proper depth. We tried just planting them on the surface at first, but we kept running into problems with the local wildlife damaging the goods. Burying them is going to save us all a lot of time and headaches in the long run. We all set?
Yes, ma'am. Whenever you're ready.
Why don't you do the honors? You can launch it right from your comm device. Give it a try. Good. Now we just need to give it a minute to reach the target depth.
And installation complete. We are now online with a solid connection to Frontier Nav.
Excellent. See? At the end of the day, there's really not much to it. The hardest part was calculating the ideal probe locations. We need them spread out evenly to maximize data collection.
Yep, planting probes is easy. And the more we plant, the more likely we are to find missing crew. So anytime you see a probe site, there's no excuse not to plant that sucker.
That'll do it for your training. Let's head back to the barracks and report to Secretary Nagi.
Yep. $25. There's quite a bit of them in this area. Alright, I'm gonna be ending the stream soon here. Yeah, now we got hip-hop music.
Commander Vandam.
Well now, look what the cat dragged in.
Sorry we missed you last time. We could have come to meet you at HQ, you know.
Indeed. I suggested as much. Twice.
And we know how much I enjoy being told what to do. Anyway, I hear you tangled with a tyrant, way out of your league, on a training mission, no less. That was reckless, and goddamn magnificent.
Alright. I think this is actually a good opportunity to stop the stream. Actually, never mind. I didn't know I was going to go to this cutscene. Alright, well, after this cutscene.
So, Commander, to what do we owe the pleasure of your visit here today?
Well, I can't just ask Nagi to do everything for me. I'd be out of a job.
Hey, I delivered you the new recruit, didn't I?
Yeah, you won the bet. Don't worry about it, all right? I'll settle up with you later. You know I'm good for it.
The bet?
I'm sure I'm needed elsewhere. If you'll all excuse me, Commander.
Well, that wasn't obvious at all.
Huh. Look at you two. I swear, you're like two children excited about a new toy.
Look who's talking. I don't recall ever seeing you file a request to personally train a rescue before.
Is that so odd?
It is before we'd even asked him to become a blade, little miss stick in the rear.
Usually I ask when I don't get your slang expressions, but something tells me to just let that one go.
Enough about that. Where are your manners, anyway? I still haven't been introduced to our new recruit here.
Commander Vandam is Blade's top officer.
In a past life, I was chief engineer on the White Whale. Same idea, basically. Someone has a problem, I fix it. You follow? Huh. Not much for conversation, are you?
So you still haven't told us why you're here. From the look of things, I'm guessing this isn't a social call.
You don't think?
No. So let's cut the crap and get down to business.
Ha! Sounds like you're learning my expressions just fine, Elma. Anyway, first we need Chatty Cathy here to choose a division and pull an assignment. Whoa there, Itchy Trigger. I know you're just chafing at the bit to run out there and grab the world by its tail, but you need to choose a division first. Once that's all hashed out, we can get into detail about what your first assignment's gonna be.
Pretty much everyone in New LA works for Blade, in one of several different fields. Helping to explore Mira, or to maintain order in the city, or, well, you remember Nagi's speech, right? There are 8 different fields in all, and each one has its own branch within Blade. Officially, they're called divisions. Naturally, you'll want to choose one that best suits your personality and your talents.
Let's start with the Pathfinders. Pathfinder's #1 responsibility is planting data probes, like you did on your training mission. It may not be the sexiest job, but important? You bet your ass it's important. We've only been on Mira 2 months. We don't know jack about this place. The more probes we install, the faster we can get our bearings here and give ourselves a fighting chance.
We've already detailed how important it is we expand the Frontier Nav network ASAP. So, for the time being, I'll just remind you of the highlights. It helps us keep Blade safe. It helps us keep the city safe. And most important of all, it's the key to locating the missing parts of the Lifehold and recovering the rest of the human race.
Okay, next up, Interceptors. You met Akalov and Evans, right? Irina and Gwen? This is their division. Interceptors have one main duty. Protect New LA and everyone in it from the wildlife here on Mira. Right now, this is probably our busiest division. Interceptors ride shotgun for the research eggheads. They escort VIPs around, and they help any other idiots who get caught out there with their pants down.
Next are the Harriers. Remember Doug Barrett, the Skell pilot conducting the test flight with Lynn? He's part of the Harriers. If you think of the Interceptors as defense, Harriers would be New LA's offense. They specialize in preemptive strikes on clear and obvious threats. But only on clear and obvious threats. They're not meant to go out and just blast any indigene that moves.
And you got your Reclaimers. These guys are in charge of finding the other pieces of the White Whale. Among other things, that is. Including anything of ours left behind after a battle. Skell debris, weapons, personal effects. It can get a bit morbid, frankly, but it's gotta be done. Until we're up and running here on Mira, and have this place completely figured out. Everything we brought from Earth needs to be treated like it's irreplaceable. Also, the search for the Lifehold. That's mostly on the Reclaimers.
Next, Curators. Curators are the first to scout ahead to unexplored territory, bringing back whatever samples they can get their hands on. Fruits, bugs, sticks and stones, you name it. It's not all picking berries, though. Being a curator also means being the first to encounter unknown indigens.
Next? All right, prospectors. Prospectors do, well, prospecting. They poke around, looking for minerals, resources, and whatnot. Things we need for everyday life here. We packed all the essentials we could on the White Whale, but that won't last forever. We need to be able to replenish our water and fuel if we want to survive. And sooner or later, we're gonna have to figure out how to replace things from scratch. From the socket on a Skell's knee joint, right down to the frying pan in Lynn's kitchen. Without these guys busting their butts, we'd have no future to speak of.
Next up, Outfitters. All of our ground gear and Skell weaponry is developed in conjunction with private arms manufacturers, or AMs. Outfitters are Blade's way of supporting these AMs. They'll seek out anything that might inspire new weapon ideas, and even assist with testing new prototypes.
Finally, the Mediators. These are the folks who keep everything hunky-dory with John and Joan Q public. Any problems a civvy has, they come to Mediators. Fight with your neighbor? Mediators. Lost cat? Mediators. It's not a division for everyone. You need to be a jack of all trades, and a people person. Someone with my charming personality? Probably not the best mediator. But if you got what it takes, it's a clutch role, keeping things cool on the home front.
All right, so I think that's all 8 divisions. Any idea which one you'd like to join? Don't fret about it too much. Whichever you choose, you still have a lot of freedom in how you operate. Mediators can still get out there and mix it up, hunt indigens, whatever. And if a Harrier wants to take a break and settle an argument, that's their prerogative too. To be honest, even though it's sort of frowned upon, you can actually change your division whenever you like. So there's really no reason to stress about this. All right, you ready to choose?
Yep. Hesitate, decide. Let's decide.
Yeah, and? We're on pins and needles here.
Okay, let's see what division I want. All right, I believe I picked this one in my my first time playing this game back on the Wii U, and that was so long ago. But I like this one because it has to do with weaponry, and I think I'd like that too. Um, I think I'm gonna go with this. Let's do it.
Then it's settled?
All right. Thank God that's over. By the power invested in me, yada yada, you're officially a Blade.
Congrats, and welcome.
I know you're gonna do great.
All right.
Now for the job. Let's get down to brass tacks. Nelson's team has gone missing. Last contact we had, they were installing a data probe out in eastern Primordia. Then, nothing.
Nelson. Pathfinders, right?
Are we talking indigents here or what?
Your guess is as good as mine, but they did have a skell with them. You'd think they could hold their own, or at least run away.
All right, we're on it. We'll head to their last known location and go from there.
Report whatever you find ASAP.
Of course. Let's move out.
Roger that.
Okay. Chapter 3. Builders of a Legacy. And this is finally a good time to stop. Fast travel, finally. So yeah, there's all sorts of missions. Now the game really starts to open up. Finally starts to open up. Let me get out here real quick. Okay. Yeah, there's a... Let me do all this real quick. Let's see something. I'd like to change my gear. Oh god, it's such a long list. Alright. Alright, she's got a new ability. See, I'm just stuck with 2 weapons right now. Eventually, these will be unlocked. Alright, so here's the classes. Map. Fast travel. See all these missions over here. We can fast travel and do all this. So that's our next destination right here. Level 9? Yeah. So what I'll be doing off screen is I'm going to do a lot of grinding. A lot of grinding. Kind of do a lot of stuff off screen here, do a lot of other missions I don't need to really show. But I'm going to level up a lot too. I might end up... Oh yeah, there's going to be a ton of these to get. I'm going to probably explore this map here. So I'm going to do a lot of stuff off screen, and then by the next time I play... what level am I at right now? I think level 6. So what I'll do... is... Yeah, I think I'm going to stop right here. I need to find a way to get rid of this motion blur bullshit, because it's everywhere. Because the motion blur is really ridiculous. Camera zoom in. Fast. Zoom in camera height. What is this? Yeah, it doesn't really show to get rid of motion blur. Usually a lot of options have that feature, but for some reason this one doesn't. Alright. Here's what I'll do. I'll see how long it takes to fast travel. Okay. Yeah, this game is very pretty. Look at that moon. Wow. Holy shit, that's a shot. Let me take a picture of that. Yeah, that looks nice. Alright guys, well, I'm gonna stop right here, and I'm gonna be grinding a ton. So I wanna thank Scorpio, I wanna thank Flame that was on here earlier. So I'll be streaming. I'm gonna try to stream in the daytime tomorrow. Or later today. But this was the midnight launch of Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. Now I'm gonna start grinding. Because I had to get through the tutorials in the beginning and just introduce the world here. But now I can start grinding and level up and all that good stuff. So, but yeah. Yeah, the frame rate does not run great in this game. Since this is on the OG Switch. But yeah, I look forward to playing more, obviously. So I want to thank y'all for watching. And, but yeah. So the next time you'll see me play, I'll play later today. And I should be like level like 15, 16, maybe level 20, depending on how much I do. I might get new weapons, who knows? But, yeah. Alright, guys. I will see you guys later. Peace.